Morning, everybody. We're doing a little drum live stream here. So normally what I do is I share like how I practice during these streams. But today what I'm going to do is just chop out. So if you are new here, you can find all of the prior live streams underneath the drum practice stream playlist. And every single one of these, when you click on it, it's actually got timestamps in the description so you can see like how I practice, what I practice, things like that. And then I actually take some of the questions that people ask in the chat and I put them into this playlist that is just called Drumming Tips. And this one has like 8 hours of advice on how to improve your drumming from somebody who's been playing for 26 years, who has PhD in music education, blah, 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 blah. So have some experience in this thing, but today we're just going to chop out with some of the free exercises that are linked at the top of the screen, and there's literally over 1,000 of them. So we'll just be going through some of these. Definitely not all of them today, but stay tuned for that. But first, before we do that, we are going to get motivated with Shia LaBeouf, as always. Due to copyright, I'm going to switch it off of here. Why? Because I think it's goofy. Good morning, Zeke. Good morning, Ghost. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah. Now we are super motivated. Thanks to Shia. And my nose is runny. Nice. How's game? What game? Drumming game is great. I love that game. All right, speaking of, we're going to warm up, and we're going to warm up with actually a technique exercise. So the technique exercise just released earlier today. If you scroll all the way down, past all the grid variations, past all the chop stuff, under technique, there's fast, slow, fast, and then there's another variation called slow, fast, slow. So if you click on this, it takes you to a playlist. Right now, there's currently one that's members first, but this comes out in 2 mornings, so stay tuned for that. Fast, slow, fast. What you do is you go into the timestamps in the description, you pick a BPM, and then you can start off at that BPM, and it goes all the way down to 40, and then it goes all the way back up to whatever BPM you pick. And in this instance, this is a variation that's going to play triplets the entire time. So this is a great way to work on a rudiment. In this case, I'm going to just like warm up with Flam 5s. And so we're going to play this. Let me turn up the volume. And it's just going to play triplets forever. Okay? So we're going to do that to warm up. Do I have tattoos? Yes. I have one right here on my forearm, which I think you can, well, I'll just show you there. I've got one right here on my upper arm. And then I've got a giant one right here. The one that hurt the most was this one because when it got on the ribs, it like hurts a lot when it's on the bone. But yes, we got tattoos. When I get to 100,000, then I'll get another tattoo. Subs on YouTube, that is. That's my teaser for it. So again, this exercise is going down 1 click at a time until we get to 40 beats a minute. And then it'll slowly speed its way back up. So this is a great way to work on like a rudiment. And this version just plays triplets. There's a version that plays 8th notes, one that plays 16th notes, and a variation that's just quarter notes. So you can put whatever you want on it, like 5-lets, 7-lets, whatever. You heard that the knee hurts the most? Interesting. I heard that the bottom of the foot is the worst place to get a tattoo for pain. But yeah, the spot on my ribs was quite a bit. But I did that whole tattoo in one sitting, so that was like a few hours of just getting tortured, because it's like along my whole side of my body. But it was worth it. It's a tattoo that I rewarded myself with after I finished my doctorate. I figured a few hours of pain is not nearly as bad as a few years of pain. And I was right. Also a lot cheaper. Whoa! It's been a while since I've drummed. I was like playing Wukong and I was like, I just want to get through the game. So there's a video that's coming out on Saturday. It's currently members early access. And it's 8 hours and 24 minutes and 1 second long. It's every boss, every cutscene, and the true ending of Wukong. But now that we're done with that, we're going to do some different games. Today will be Fortnite. Just keeps going slower and slower. What am I practicing? It's called Flam 5s. It's a rudiment. And I'm using this to warm up. But the exercise that I'm using is called fast, slow, fast. It starts off at whatever BPM you want, and then it goes all the way down to 40, and then it goes back up 1 BPM at a time, all the way to your starting speed. So you could start at like 200, or you could start at like 80. And this one just has triplets that it plays. Once it gets down to 40, it's going to hold it there for 4 measures, and then it'll speed it up. And again, this one became public today, this morning. After we play through this, we'll stretch and massage, and then I'm just going to chop out with some fun stuff. Some fun play-alongs. And then we'll call it, and we'll play Fortnite. Now it starts to go faster. 1 click at a time. Do I ever do any other instruments? So like I've learned percussion instruments, which there's a lot of those. Like I used to play mallets for college, high school. Like we own a marimba, which is like an 11-foot long xylophone, if you're not familiar with what a marimba looks like. But outside of percussion, I had to learn every single band and orchestra instrument for my undergrad in music education. Because to get K-12 certified as a music educator, you have to be able to teach every type of music class. So I learned like saxophone, clarinet, flute, French horn, trumpet, baritone, trombone, tuba, violin, viola, cello, bass. But I haven't played any of those instruments in forever. Like back when I used to teach elementary band, 5th and 6th grade band, I would model on like trumpet and flute while I would play the drums. So I'd be on the drum kit playing with my feet and my left hand, like, and then play through the trumpet on my right hand so I could like keep the beat and whatnot instead of conducting. So I've learned all of them, but like I could play them all at like the middle school level, so it wasn't like I was great at it. But I haven't played them in forever, so I'd be terrible at it. It'd take me like a week to get used to each one of them again. But I had to be able to teach all of them back when I was teaching band. But I haven't done that in forever. You got drums? Nice. So once this gets to 130, it'll stop, which was our starting tempo. Talking screwed up my Flam 5s. I'm sorry. This is a great way to get your blood flowing and just a great way to work on a rudiment. Just to refine it, try and speed it up, work on your technique. Out of all the band instruments that I had to learn, my least favorite was probably the double reeds, oboe and bassoon. It just like hurt to play. My mouth, it was rough. Woo! Stick almost flew out of my hand. Almost done. Thank you for the like on YouTube. And notice fast, slow, fast. So again, you just go into the timestamp, you click on whatever BPM range you want, and you can then practice whatever rudiment you want. That was the triplet one. There's eighth notes. There's a 16th note one. This one becomes public on Friday. And then this one has just quarter notes. And you can find the opposite of this called slow, fast, slow underneath the technique exercises at the bottom of the page. And this one starts at 40, goes up to whatever BPM you select, and then goes back down to 40. So it's the opposite. But let's stretch and massage now that we got the blood flowing in the hands. Hold your sticks like this. Pull in, push out. Oh, it's a good one. Oh, I needed this. Been playing too much video games lately. And then we go back out. Now, if you do traditional rotate and hold here, oh, that feels good. And then rotate and hold to the other end of the extreme. do it for longer than I'm doing it, and I don't play traditional anymore, so I'm not really demonstrating it. Next, we're going to stretch the underside of the forearm. Oh, that feels good. You could do it one at a time like this. You could do it on your drum or pad, or you could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Just don't put all your weight into it. Let's do it this way. Yeah. Oh, that feel good. All right, now we're going to stretch the top side of the forearms. You could do it one at a time like that. You could do this one on your drums. You could do this one on your legs or on the wall. The higher you go, the deeper the stretch. But again, don't put all your weight into it. Next up, let's stretch the fingers. We're doing thumb to thumb. This goes twice as fast than if you do each finger individually. But you can do that too if you got all the time in the world. That's cool. I don't. Index to index. Looks funny. It looks like an Elden Ring boss. Was it the Mother of Fingers? Is that what it's called? She's like underneath a church or whatever. It's like one of the last bosses that I fought. We one-shot her. She got wrecked. She was like a weird-looking hand thing. Ooh-wee. Good stretch. That game was definitely harder than Wukong, but Wukong had some difficult bosses. Yellow Long was definitely my number one hardest boss. And then probably number 2 would be Scorpion Lord. And then number 3 was the secret boss. The first one. The secret final boss, I should say. There's many different secret bosses, but we're going to massage now, so doing thumb on top, fingers underneath. So what was his name? Erlang the something? I don't know. In the highlight reel, that's just every one of the boss fights that's coming out on Saturday. That has timestamps in it, so you can like check out any of the boss fights you may have missed while playing through the game. And if you didn't get the true ending, you can check that out. It's at the very end of the video. Good game, but it's a little bit buggy. Unfortunately. But it's not as buggy as like Cyberpunk. That game was... it was so bad. All the bugs in it. Same thing with Far Cry 6. That game was really buggy. Spider-Man 2 had a lot of bugs in it too. Most of those bugs were funny, but a couple of game-breaking bugs where you had to like restart from an older save or you couldn't progress. Kind of frustrating. But with Wukong, it's like I press a button, the button did not work. Cool. Made some of the boss fights a little frustrating because you're like heal, and then it does absolutely nothing. Cool. Maybe it was my controller. But there were other bugs where it was like stuff would get stuck, like the menu would be overlaid on your screen while you're playing, and then there's a ton of invisible walls, so you'd be like in a boss fight, and then you just get stuck on something that like doesn't exist. You're like in an open field, and you're just like running into something repeatedly. Cool. one of the fights, the boss was like behind it, so like he could attack me, but like I couldn't get to him because I didn't have the range that the boss had. That was quite the experience. 10 out of 10. Okay. But it's a good game, like overall. That one is. I can't say the same thing about Far Cry 6. That game was not it. It did not relive the magic of the older Far Cries. Sorry. And you can find, instead of going to /drum, if you go to /game, you can find all the highlight reels on my website. Boop, on this page. So this one is currently members, like early access, members first is what it's called on YouTube. But all the other ones I was mentioning, like Cyberpunk, I played the game after over 1,000 days of patches, and it is still buggy. But made some funny clips. All right, let's play something else. We're just doing Flam 5s. Let's do Flam 5 morning. We're gonna do, where is it? Float drag exercise. This one. So this one, when you click on it, it's a playlist and it's got several different variations on here. We'll just do Flam 5s as float drags. So as always, any of these free play-alongs, you just go into the timestamp and then you can jump to whatever BPM you want. So we're gonna start off with a nice, comfortable 140. Boop. And then it'll count you off. And then you go. Let's go faster. Since we're just chopping out this morning, I'm just gonna keep playing until my hands fall apart. Stay tuned. It'll probably be 170 this morning on this exercise. Maybe. We'll find out. $160. Do 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 do. Boop. Row. All I see is PL. What does that mean? Ew. It's like I haven't drummed in a week. 170 now. We're gonna lower the accents a little bit in today's ASMR drum stream. Just kidding. Okay, we're definitely gonna crash and burn here. Don't worry. There's a fire extinguisher right off camera. It'll help put out the flames that burst out of my forearms. We need +7 energy. Help speed me up. Okay. It didn't completely crash and burn, so let's go faster. That's what we gotta do, right? It's like looking at the videos on the side. It's funny how much YouTube recommends stuff that I'm not at all interested in. I had tenor heights there. Oh, throwing shade. Sorry, I need to be in the shade. Got this fair complexion. I don't know what that means. JINK asterisk. I see your phone in your pocket. Ro, your phone is automatically typing. I don't know if you know this. You're just walking around. Sometimes my phone will do that. Trying to help you out. Anyways, there's more variations of float drags. Variations in here. They're called float drags because of the 5-lit pattern. So if you do flam drags as float drags, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the pattern. Or if you do it with cheeses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the 4th note, it has an extra diddle. That is the float part of it. And then all these variations have that in it. Speaking of floats, we're going to do Velvet Knight's 5/4 Shopping Spree, which has a bunch of, float variations in it at the beginning. So we're going to check that out. So this one, you go into the timestamp, and a 16th note. So we're going to start off slower. We're going to start off at a nice, comfortable 100. And then we're going to go faster than we should. Let me turn this one down. For some reason, the volume on some of these are louder than others. I don't know why. So float drags. Float cheeses. Float fives. That's fun, right? If you're not having fun with this exercise, you can just unsub right now. My name is Jared O'Leary, and I approve of that message. You can play this one as slow as 20 beats a minute or as fast as 160. And then play along. Using the timestamps in the description. Nice. 120. What's going to be the breaking point this morning? Probably 130. This will probably be the last rep that sounds okay, and then 130 is going to be that's a little too fast. Don't worry, we'll get some commenters. You should work on this. Oh, thanks. I definitely needed your critical insights to improve my playing. Here it is. Here it is. Whoa. I pressed the wrong button. I'm so sorry. Unsub again. You gotta resub, then unsub, so that way you can double whammy. 130. Not allowed to make mistakes on the internet. Ever. Especially when it comes to drumming. It has to be flawless every single time you play. According to some commenters. No. I'm here to practice, or chop out. I'm not just sharing the best rep. Oh, that was the breaking point. My arms are tired. It's like, Jared, you haven't drummed in a week. I know. Believe me, I know. Hoo-wee. That's such a fun exercise. Again, if this is too fast for you, then all right, that's fine. That's fine. You can go this slow. 20 beats a minute. I could go make myself another cup of coffee. go pet my dog, say hi to my wife, and be back in time still for the downbeat. It's great. And if that's too slow for you, you can play it faster than I was doing it. I'm using Hardeman hammers, so these are extra hard to chop out with, but you can play this one up to 160. And every BPM in between. It's called Velvet Nights 5/4 Shopping Spree. Highly recommend it. It's a good one. Let's do... This is another shopping spree variation called Slow Paradiddle. There's 10 different variations in this particular play-along, or playlist, rather. We're going to just kind of stick with Flam 5s this morning, because that's what I feel like doing. No, we're not starting off at 160. No, no, no. This one, the BPM range is from 40 all the way to 200. The first page is a check page, and then the second page of it is the same thing with Flam 5s. So let's go at a comfortable tempo. So check out the accents. Paradiddle, paradiddle. That's where it gets the name Slow Paradiddle. This is the tag. Oops. Talking screws me up. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So you have... Oh, man. Hold on. I can't speak while playing this. So it's right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And then you do it, obviously, with Flam 5s. But that's where it gets the name, is the accents create a paradiddle. And this is basically like a variation of Shopping Spree. If you were to take this playlist, the Slow Paradiddle playlist, and play through let's say Drag Cheese 5, basically this could be a Shopping Spree if you just go one right into the next one. It's just like an extended Shopping Spree. So it's a fun one. But let's speed it up. And this time I won't talk while doing it, because I clearly can't do that with this exercise. It requires too much of my mental energy. Sweet. Let's go by 10. Trying to find the breaking point. It'll probably be 150 today. My hands are crying for help on the faster speeds on the other exercises we were chopping out with. They're like, Jared, you haven't played in a long time. Take it easy. No. Count. It's amazing how I can feel my arms just so much warmer. Got that blood flowing, which is good. Donating platelets tomorrow. I highly recommend donating blood. It helps people. This will probably be my breaking point, 150. Gonna drink coffee, stall for time. I'm just delaying the inevitable. Bloop, 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 bloop. We just powered up. Cool. Let's try it at 150. Let's see if my forearms can handle it. Paradiddle, paradiddle. You know, this would be an interesting one to ghost. Oh, that's weird. The back-to-backs. So, so when you do the ghost notes, you're stopping right before you hit. But if you do the back-to-backs, that one's weird. Yeah. I don't know. It's a thought. That looks like 130. There's no way that's 130. It's like covering it up for me. All right, we're gonna do 160. Not ghost version. We're gonna do normal version. I'm not ghosty enough to do that. I'm still alive as far as I'm aware. Flawless. That was the tag. It's not written down anywhere. You just got to learn it by rote. There are many more variations of this exercise that don't have that tag in there. Sorry. It's just one of those experiences that you just have to be there to understand. But you can play with them by going to the link at the top of the screen. It's under chop. So those were the slow paradiddle exercise. We did float drag it earlier. Let's play something else. Let's play some grids. Okay, well, we've got like 900 grids to choose from. There's 372 triplet ones. There's 514 16th note ones. Let's do, so here, since we're kind of in a Flam 5 morning, let's do a fun variation. So you could do like just normal. As I hit my sticks. You could do normal Flam 5 on 1, or you could do it backwards. Or if you go down a little bit, there's some goofier ones in here. So like Flam 5 after an accent. Let's do that. No, we're going to start off slow. It's not as slow as like 40 beats a minute, but if you want to practice that, do it. Today's just a chop day. Tomorrow when we work on technique, we'll slow stuff down. Oh, yes, we will. All right. So Flam 5 after an accent. A little weird. It's fun though, right? You're like, yes, Jared, it is fun. I put on my party hat while you played that. It was wonderful. Right? I agree. Sorry I don't have my party hat. It's off camera. Sorry, can't get it. The hard part about this grid variation is to not play it like a tenor player. Oh, shade. Oh, second time. Like that. Keeping those Flam 5s nice and low. That's the hard part about this one. One of, the many things that's difficult about playing grid variations. Especially this one. 140. Let's see if we crash and burn now that I made fun of tenor players. Sorry. I love you all. Were those crushed? No, not at all. It was a different type of diddle. It's too hard to explain. I'm just joking. Those were crushed. I know. That's what happens when a snare drummer makes fun of a tenor player. You play bad. It's all in jest. I just wish I marched tenors. Sweet. There's also like the 16th note variation of this. There's also the backwards version, which is called 1-2-4 accent pattern, and it changes this. So instead of 4-2-1, it goes 1-2-4. You can check that out. But there's also before an accent, so every one of them is an upbeat Flam 5, and that one's wonky as well. So if you're interested in that, try it. It's fun. That was 150. Let's attempt 160. How's it gonna go? Nobody knows. I'll let you know in about 1 minute. It went great. I left off a grace note. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. You can unsub again. You can upside again. Maybe do some 5-lit. I don't think I have any 5-lit ones. Oh, there's like some where it like repeats. Like Flam 5 every 5 notes, but I haven't actually worked those up. If you want to work on those, you can. You can go slow. We could play this one at 40. But I want to get to a chop exercise. Let's see. Let's play... This one's got some float variations in it. So this is a classic. Blue Devil's 1999 Shopping Spree. Yep, I'm showing my age here. But this is a good one. Let's go to... Start off at 120. There's also grid variations where it's like a 5-note pattern instead of 3 or 4. I don't have any of those written out. It's so slow. That's a cool measure. Yeah. Let's go faster. 130. There's also the Blue Devil 2000 Shopping Spree. That one is currently members first, which just means it's coming out in the future. It's just early access if you want it. We got like 160 some odd videos scheduled for release in the future. None of them will be behind a paywall. I was just like, I got so many of them, I might as well release it. As early access for anyone who wants it. So I only release one a day. The most I've ever released in one day was 155 videos. And I assume that annoyed everybody who was subbed to me. So my apologies for that. 130. I had like months worth of like play-alongs set up, and I was like, let's just release them all. And then the flood happened. People are still trying to bail out the water of the number of play-alongs I released. One of the reasons why I actually created that, like the members first stuff, is because I like created some fun play-alongs that was like, I really want to play this now, not when it like releases 5 months from now. And so I started like showing it on stream, and people were like, how do I get access to this? And I was like, you can't technically. But if I change it to members first, then you can, without overwhelming everybody's feeds with all the stuff I create. Left was a little late at the end on the singles. I know. Unsub again. It's what, the 4th time? I appreciate you resubbing and then unsubbing. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Come on, internet. Shia LaBeouf here motivating you. It's pretty tasty. Yeah, it's a fun shopping spree. I like it. The 2000 one's also cool, but so is Maury Spree, RCC. Those are both, I think, coming out in November, the play-alongs. Go. Go. Nice. Internet's going great. This will be fun playing Fortnite later when it does this. I was playing the other day, and okay. It like... I was in the middle of a fight, and I shot, but it didn't fire. And I was like, wait, what? And then the guy was, like, frozen there. And then I was frozen there. And then, like, 5 seconds later, I was dead. I was like, no! It was unfortunate. All right, let's try this again. 160. Come on, internet. Believe in yourself. Just do it. Yes, you can. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Right? And if you want, you can also play through the 2000 one when it comes out. But if you go back to prior live streams, I've actually got myself playing through this one from 40 up to like 120, one click at a time or something. I think it was 120, maybe it was higher. Maybe it was 130 because that's where it was left off. So if you want to be able to play along to it, you totally can. Just use the live drum streams instead of having to wait until it like releases publicly in, I think, November, towards the end. Let's play one more something. Let's play Flammus. This one's a good one. So this one is very different. So I reached out to Murray Gusick, who's the person who wrote this and who wrote Cheesy Poofs, which we also have a play along for. Now, these, you can hear the entire part, but because of copyright, like Flammus is an exercise that you can purchase off of TapSpace, and it helps support Murray, which is linked at the very first link right here. But because it's copywritten for this one and for Cheesy Poofs, there's no music for like a good chunk of it because of the copyright reasons. But you can still play along to the entire thing. Didn't we meet recently? Probably not. I don't go outside much. I stay inside of my cave. Yeah, that was when you were on, Ghost. The Fortnite story, that is. See, it's still playing it, even though there's no music. Yeah, let's go fast. Hit drum fast. Ugh. You know, drummers were supposedly not the smartest in the bunch. I strongly disagree with that. I just think we're bored in the back of the room. We get too easy parts in concert percussion. Hello from the Philippines. Well, hello. Hello from United States of America. 110. I have not been to the Philippines. I flew over it. Been close to it. I'd like to go one day. Some years when they played Flammus, there's an eighth note right here. So it's tap, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle. So I went with the old school version that's got this. Although recently, like I've seen some lines playing it with the 5-stroke there. Story time with Jared. It was great, right? Yep. That's worth sharing it with all your friends. Yeah, they'd like playing through this one too. See, that's where you play the 8th note part. I put it on drum 3. You know, as a surprise. A little jump scare. Drum 3. Whoa! 120. It's hard to play it with these extra heavy Hardeman hammer sticks, but I highly recommend it. If you want to work on your chops, double tape these. Get them. They're good. They're chopsticks. Whoa! We gotta try that again. My brain just went elsewhere. That's cute. No! My thumb just like flew off of the stick. Hey, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Okay. We're gonna try this faster. This time with my thumb not pressing the eject button, ideally speaking. Stay tuned. We'll see if it happens. Wife, we're going too fast. Get the fire extinguisher ready.
Okay.
Last rep. Let's attempt it. Yeah, because you're hot.
Aw. I like you, Patty.
I love you. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Had to flirt. All right, so that was 130, but you can slow this one down all the way down to 20 if you'd like to. Timestamps are in the description of every one of these play-alongs. Again, this one's a little weird because it like doesn't show all of the music. Same thing with the Cheesy Poofs variations. We've got normal, cheese, drag 5. It doesn't show all of it, so if you go in here, it's missing part of it. That's just because of copyright. If you want to support Murray, get the music, highly recommend it. go to the link at the very top of the description where you can find all the timestamps. It's this first one. It'll take you to tap space. But all of the other play-alongs actually have all of the parts in it. So like if you wanted to learn, I don't know, the 4210 shopping spree, cool, it shows you all of it. There's literally over 1,000 free play-alongs. Any one of them that says members first just means it's coming out to release publicly for free. It's just early access for people who want it. There's currently 166 videos that are scheduled for early release for people who want it. Kind of like, as an example, Mori Spree, Blue Devils 2000. There's a chug variation that I just wrote yesterday. It's slurred fives into book reports. It's an interesting little variation. But there's 372 triplet grid variations, 514 16th note grid variations, 55 drum charts, 36 timing exercises to work on your limb independence. We've got 166 marching bass exercises, 134 technique exercises, and then all of the prior live streams, like the one that we're doing right now. When you go into this playlist, I will add in timestamps so you can like see what I worked on, how I worked on it, etc. And then if you want to see like when I answer questions like, hey, here's how you can improve blah, 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 just go to this playlist, the drumming tips one, and there's literally like 8 hours worth of just me answering questions. And again, these members' first ones are scheduled to release. This one comes out Friday. This one comes out the next Friday. This one comes out the following Friday, etc. All of these are free. I'm just here to help out y'all. If you want to help me out, just share my content with other people, or, you know, just practice with it. That helps me out. I get AdSense from it. I make all the fractions of pennies. It's great. Quite literally. And then if you also want to, if you go to here, books and gear I recommend, these are some books that I recommend. These are affiliate links. So it makes it so that I get about 4%-ish back from Amazon if you use them. So you can like get the pads that I'm using from Amazon, or get the sticks like the Hardeman hammers, blah, blah, blah. So you can see stuff I recommend. I gotta sneeze. I'm resisting the temptation. Don't do it. Okay. But I'm gonna call it here. So again, I hope you enjoy this free content. I enjoy making it and sharing it with people and seeing people use it. It's kind of fun to like look at the YouTube metrics and to see like how people like practice this. Like, where do people spend most of the time practicing? And it shows like roughly, here's where most people go to BPMs, or like here's how long people practice with it. It's cool to see that like some people spend like 50 minutes going from 40 up to like, I don't know, 90 beats a minute on whatever the exercise is, and be like, yeah, I remember spending hours making that thing. So it's good to see people actually use it and enjoy it and whatnot. I'm going to call it here, but I'll be doing more regular drum streams. Tomorrow we'll start doing some technique stuff, so stay tuned for that. I appreciate y'all stopping by, and I'm going to get ready for some Night of Fortin. So, goodbye.